Hello, all, and welcome to another installment of the Dismal Tide presents the Brendy Awards. I don't know if it's the Dismal Tide or First Reformed Take, but somebody's presenting this, and it's not me.
I
Uh,
me.
Man, I literally I can't believe I asked people to subscribe, but it's the best way to vote on next year. I don't really give a shit if you subscribe or not, but you do want to vote. That's the fun part. Tonight, I'm taking you on a guided tour through the year 1993, an all-time year, frankly, for at least one director. Joining us today, we have Joe on the iPhone, who has taken all of my desperate pleas for people to have microphone discipline and wear headphones with a microphone in them and uh, thrown them in the garbage. Hello,
I have a
Joe.
headphone in.
Prove it.
He does. I saw it.
All right, all right. At the Brandies, we're not above apologizing, and we're going to issue our second apology. I do apologize to Josh Hartnett a couple weeks ago. You're number two, Joe. I apologize to you. I didn't
Always
mean to
number
treat you like
two
that.
in this friendship. Always number
Hmm.
two.
Didn't mean to treat you like that. That's all, you know?
That mustache says you did.
Speaking of which, we also have Zeeshan with us once more. Hello, Z.
Start a hostile.
Starting
Hey
out.
guys, hello.
No, that
I'm
was a
number
big
one in
heart
this
for
relationship. Is that what it is? Uh,
Z is he
anyway,
does have more obvious headphones in that I didn't have to like ask to see. You know, I could just see him.
I feel like I was being
they got big
profiled.
ears too. I feel like
The
I'd be a
Brendy
brother.
Awards one night in the basement of my New York City apartment with my friends and roommates. I went on I don't know, some beer probably fueled rant on about 20 years worth of Oscar history, which boiled down to just how fucking wrong they get it every year. The Oscars happen too soon. We're gonna do 2019 soon, and that's gonna be our Oscar. I'm gonna like set the premiere for when the Oscars start. So when you see the 2019 vote, it's probably going to be active for the Oscars aren't until March. So we'll have some
We got
time
some
to
time.
vote in that one. So yeah, they happen too soon. It doesn't like, I mean, as you're about to learn in this episode, one of these movies was not even nominated for Best Picture and just crushed everyone. Second, they don't take cultural relevance, Jurassic Park, into consideration nearly enough. Number three, they dismiss genre films entirely. Comedies, horror, action. It's hard to make a comedy movie that is actually funny and doesn't make everybody skin crawl the whole time. Horror sits with you in a very unsettling and permanent way. Action's a little bit easier, but we're having a good time with action movies. That should be accounted for. Crank should have been fucking should have won so many more Oscars than it did. That was a joke. I don't believe in Crank. And the fourth, the big rule here is if I didn't see it, that's their fault, not mine. Especially with like 1993. Like I was born in 1998. If I haven't seen it by now, that's fucking on you. I've seen 80% of movies from any given Oscar year that are legit. So hey, yeah, that's on you. And more simply put, by my friend Bilal. So you think Training Day didn't win enough awards, and you're going to do a podcast about it? Yes, yes, I am. Every episode of the Brandies I will give up my own awards, which include Best Animal Performance, the Secretly Michael Bay Award given to the movie you'd be least surprised to learn were directed by Michael Bay in secret. Best Villain, Most Feels Like the Year. We do not have a Robots in the Future award. I had a hard time putting it together, and then I just forgot to put it in the vote, so like whatever. Not a lot
We
of
can still talk
weird
about it.
dystopian CGI moments in this one. I think it probably would have gone to like, I don't know, Robin Williams wearing the fucking masks in that stupid movie.
You'd
Yeah, either way,
love
we'll get
that.
to it.
No, it's gonna be
And
Tommy Lee Jones again, the fugitive,
Tommy Lee
just because
Jones
he's
in The
an asshole.
Fugitive. My shoes are
Yeah,
getting wet.
yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna
standing
be
in
this
this
fucking
tunnel.
tunnel. Yeah.
And then after the Brendy Awards specifically, I will go through the six big Oscar categories and tell you who should have won. There's also a ranked choice poll that you'll see. I'm going to start sharing my. Make sure there's nothing embarrassing up in the window I want to use before I start sharing my. Okay, I should be good to share. What is it though? Hold on one second while I share my screen. I'm having slightly more trouble doing that than I really feel like I should. And, everybody just hates me and thinks I'm an idiot all the time.
We should be seeing Lemon Party. So,
Yeah, oh, well,
hey, throwback.
Hello, everyone. It's here, the 1993 Brendies. Oh, I got to turn off my screen dark thing. Turn it off. This is stupid. Come on now. There's
This
always
is
a
entertaining.
snag. There's always there. Come on. Dude, why won't it go? Well, this is going to be very embarrassing when we get to the pictures because the colors are inverted.
It's like negatives.
Yeah, it's what it looks like for sure.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's not working. So the pictures are going to be inverted. I'm going to have to tell you what they are. Here at the Brendies, we adapt. It'll be fine. Bang. 1993 Brendies. We've dallied enough. The Brendy categories: kids, movies, exhaustingly perfect movie, Dream Girl. Had a hard time wording that one, but I really like that category, especially in like the early 90s, where just like all of these women characters have no depth. Sequel or
Fucking man.
prequel, most 1993 movie, secretly Michael Bay, best villain, best animal, and then your big six. Our Oscar preview includes they did a decent job at the top with Schindler's List and The Fugitive. Didn't miss there. Fugitive is a movie I feel like they would
No,
have missed in modern times.
definitely.
And then the other Oscar nominees were In the Name of the Father, didn't see it. The Piano, didn't see it. The
Great
Remains
movie.
of the Day, didn't see it. Which one? The Piano?
No, in the name of the Father.
Okay, I have heard of
Yeah, I
it.
mean, Dan Day-Lewis kind of crushes it. Like, it's another one of his. And the
Yeah.
IRA and shit. So it's
And
great.
then the ones they probably missed, Jurassic, or I guess just more notable films: Jurassic Park, The Fugitive. They had in there. I didn't need that twice. Rudy, Schindler's List, Carlito's Way, A Bronx Tale, Groundhog's Day. Kind of actually good movie, Groundhog's Day. True Romance, which I haven't seen in a long time, but I did like it. The Sandlot, Nightmare Before Christmas, Philadelphia, Sleepless in Seattle, Dazed and Confused, The Firm, and Robin Hood Men in Tights, which is certainly not the Kevin Costner Robin Hood. And nobody with half a brain would that make that mistake. So let's keep moving forward to the best kids movie of the year. Like I said before, I try and do the kid movie category in years that I was a kid, so that I've actually seen them, and I have seen all of these. I think. Um, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus, Mrs. Doubtfire, The Sandlot, Rookie of the Year, Adam's Family Values, Free Willy, Homeward Bound. Joe, how do you feel about these kids' movies?
uh, so I have a real life confession that I do have to make. Um, when I actually just saw The Nightmare Before Christmas this past Christmas season,
Okay. And you loved it.
Wow.
very much not impressed.
Not impressed. Okay. It was
It
pretty
was
groundbreaking at the time. It's a pretty good
it's a
movie.
musical. I was
It's a
caught
pretty
off
good
Uh-huh.
guard by
movie.
the fact that it's a musical.
It is a
Yeah, but those songs
musical.
are good. The songs are good.
Um,
I don't
I
remember who the
was
actual
watching
villain
this.
is.
The villain is the Mr. Boogie Oogie Man or whatever
I
his
got
name
that
is.
right?
Oogie Boogie Man. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The
Okay.
Oogie Boogie Man.
the
Yeah.
burlap sack guy.
Yeah, I'm
The,
glad I
the
got that
music
right
is
because I knew he was in it.
the music is so good. Music is so good because Danny Elfman. And he's singing actually all the parts too. It's like, what? Like it's wild.
It's like,
He was
what?
yeah. What?
Also,
Danny Elfman,
why
man.
is Mrs. Doubtfire in this? Is it just because it's a comedy?
Because there's kids in it and it's a comedy. Yeah, I saw it
I
when
think
I
it's
was a kid,
we
so I
loved it
put it
as
in there.
kids. Yeah, we loved it as kids. I mean, it's
Okay.
pretty
I
fucked up.
I was running like I had to do like a summer camp kind of thing, like on and off
Mhm.
when I was like younger. And every once in a while, it's just like so fucking boring having to be in charge of these kids, just basically babysitting. So it's like, all right, we're watching a movie for an hour. Here's Mrs. Doubtfire. And within 10 minutes, they say like fuck or shit or something. And I'm like, oh no, I didn't
Yeah.
remember that.
I mean, it's also just
Oh
like a hard,
God.
like, oh, he's a really terrible father. So I'm just gonna pretend to be a fucking old woman, lie to you about it, so I can spend more time with the kids, and somehow now I'm a better father. What? And also,
It's
like,
like,
Pierce Brosnan was actually like a nice guy who was dating Sally Field, and like they threw oranges at him and shit. Like it was really messed up. Just saying. I don't
yeah,
know.
there was no
All right.
part in that movie where Robin Williams was in the right.
No.
And
No.
didn't look like a total psychopath. And they barely
Yeah.
address it at the end because his life ends up way better on the other side of it.
which is
And it
bullshit.
was like gender bending in a very 90s way.
Hmm. Hmm.
But he did light his tits on fire,
He did.
and that's just
Um,
funny. That's just funny.
yeah. I mean, I guess
It's not funny.
a
It's
lot of
not that
these
funny.
movies, a lot of these movies didn't age well. Hocus Pocus is pretty fucked up too. Like a lot of
I don't
sexual
care
stuff going
for it.
on there with like teenagers and like
Oh
these
man,
old
Hocus
witches.
Pocus has
Yeah.
a recurring reference to the one teenager being a virgin.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
Yes.
that's
women
right. They
are
did keep saying
commenting
that.
on it so
Yeah.
often.
It's like why? That movie was clearly made for kids. Like I don't understand why. Like what? And I
Of
mean
all these
Sandlot.
movies, I think The Sandlot is the best. It's not my favorite, but I think it's the best movie.
Yes.
God. Smalls is from Hamilton, New Jersey.
Oh yeah,
Or Adam
I almost
I
Sandler's
saw the
nominated.
Buddies, I
relitigation
think
one
was
time.
good.
What was that?
I almost nominated the Fat Kid for best supporting
Oh,
actor.
nice. But Adam's Family Values, yes, I
I
fucking love.
I
Has
think that one might be
aged
better than The
beautifully.
Sandlot.
All right, we're gonna go to the fan
Yeah,
vote,
no, it is aged really well. We
and the
got here.
fan vote says Hocus Pocus with half the
Bullshit.
votes. First place to Hocus Pocus, and then Sandlot, and then The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's not really how I saw it. For
Homeward Bound
me,
is the last. Oh man.
yeah, with one fifth place vote. But for
Wow.
me, and you're gonna see the inverted color right now. My favorite kids
Rookie.
movie of the lot was Rookie of the Year.
I had a
It was
feeling you'd love it.
so stupid, like for sure, but like it's silly in all the right ways. I thought it was great. Um,
I mean, I
I
love the
think
movie, but
about it
it's
all the time. I think about people. I've seen people in a cast like this, and I just think
yeah.
about that fucking fastball he throws. Joe, you ever see Rookie of the Year?
I don't think I've ever seen this movie.
Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Oh God.
like they got some. I think Gary Busey's the coach, and they got like I could be mixing that
Yeah.
up, but they definitely got like a pretty proper. I think it's like Hank Hank something or other is like the hitting coach or the pitching coach. He's just like one of these goofball. Wait, is
I
the
feel
guy
like
from Home Alone?
I get the cast. No, I get the cast of this movie and Angels in the Outfield confused all the time.
I think
And I
that's
think it's
fair.
just, and I'm like, I can never remember. There's a bunch of stars in both, and I always confuse the two.
Danny
Like,
Glover's in Angels in the Outfield, and
yes,
Matthew
that I know.
McConaughey.
Oh
Is Matthew
yeah.
Matthew
McConaughey?
McConaughey's the center fielder who gets like picked up and carried to the ball by the Angel.
Oh,
My God.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's the kid.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Oh
going to
yeah.
the next category. Pretty good selection of kids movies though.
Yeah.
The next category is the most 1993 feeling movie to you. Joe, do you remember Coneheads?
I've never seen it, but I mean I know the like skit in question.
No skit I was thinking of. I got one of the biggest laughs I ever got when I was like 18 or 19 and I was playing cards with my friends and something happened. There was like a confrontation and it was just like, and I was just like, all right, Narfel the Garfok. And everybody started laughing. And I wasn't even sure anybody else had seen that movie. But I remember that scene I remember Narthel the Garthok.
I do too. Now
Mm.
that you said it.
Yeah,
Um. Yeah. Conehead's not a very good movie,
I
but
thought
it
it was
feels
funny.
really nice. It's very 1993.
I've
The skits are better. I mean, but you know,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since the 90s, but I do remember liking it.
most 1990.
I'm going to
I
read
Hmm.
feel
this. I
like
forgot to
Schindler's
read them.
List is more 1940s feeling.
Yeah, it's just like, can it equal parts put you in the year and also be in the past? It's hard to say either
God,
way. I'm going to
God
read
damn it,
the
James.
Free Willy, Hocus Pocus, Mrs. Doubtfire, Jurassic Park, Coneheads, The Fugitive, Robin Hood, Men in Tights, The Firm, Schindler's List, Rudy. I actually rewatched Rudy for this,
Mhm.
and I liked it way more than I remember liking it back in the day.
Oh, I just found out an interesting thing about Rudy, which is that apparently the guy is awful.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
He's
I,
he's an,
he
like wait, what?
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I stopped talking.
Oh. I think that like he like badgered somebody into like getting this movie made about him where he's the hero when in reality like they could not stand him.
Yeah.
There is a few times in that movie where like they're correct in that like he's getting a college education even though it's not at Notre Dame yet, and he's getting a education at Notre Dame, and he's playing for Notre Dame, and now he's not starting, and there's just multiple not starting. I'm sorry, not allowed to dress for one game to make his dad proud of him, and like that. It just like a few times in that movie, there's like a priest, there's like the black janitor, father figure kind of guy who's
Yeah.
just like, you're being such a fucking whiny bitch. Like, yeah, the the janitor looks at him and goes, "What the fuck are you talking about? You're 5 foot nothing, and you play against the best football players in the world every day, and they all adore you for it, and you're getting a college education at one of the best universities in the world. And you're sitting here crying." I couldn't agree more, guy. He was a whiny bitch,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it was a good
Yeah.
movie. I remember when I was a kid, I thought it was just like stupid, but like I haven't heard
I enjoyed
anybody
it.
jokingly chant Rudy in 15 years, which I think kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah. Wait, so
But
what is
like,
your most 1993 feeling movie? What is your choice? I know what mine is. What's yours?
let's see what the fan vote says. The fan vote says Jurassic Park by a lot.
I
That
have a
was mine.
strong opinion,
I
and this is what number
disagree.
two is.
Free
Number two,
Willy. Okay.
Free Willy.
Uh, I mean, just to ruin it, I also picked Free Willy.
Look, and I probably for similar
There it
reasons. Like, I
is.
mean, you got a few things here. You got
These inverse things
kids
are
movies.
It's
so
really killing
horrifying.
me, Joe. It's really killing
Yeah,
me. I'm
no,
gonna
no, no. This is art. I love this. Free Willy though. I mean, like, it's a kids movie. We were kids, fine. It has an animal at the center of it, which is like a big fucking 90s thing. I don't know why. It has an amazing song by Michael Jackson, very early 90s. And the fact that we thought it was we knew it was wrong to keep this orca in captivity, but we were still going to SeaWorld and it was still cool.
uh
Very 1993. I don't
also
know.
had a really good villain. Michael Ironside is just like a perfect son of a bitch.
He's great. But you know who's not convincing? His stepfather.
It was
It's
his
fucking
stepfather.
Michael
Oh,
Madsen.
oh, oh. Yeah, but his mom is also yeah, I nominated her for best actress or supporting
Yeah, yeah.
actress. I forget her real actual name. Wait, it should be no, never mind. Should not be up there. Yeah, Free Willy was mine. And I just like
Yeah.
it was also just like people used to say Free Willy to fat kids all the time in like 1994, 95. Oh, Free
Yeah.
Willy over there. And
Yeah,
that
fat jokes
scene
were
of
very
him
90s.
just like the hand up doing the jump over the rocks, which was a jump that whale would never make and would crush
No,
that kid 10 times out of 10.
but you also have that Michael Jackson playing in the background, you know?
Which song?
Hold me,
Which? Yeah.
River
All right.
Jordan. Yeah, you come on. Yeah, that's all I had to do.
Dun,
Yeah, you know
dun,
what it is.
dun, dun.
Say you will be there. That's what it's called. Holy shit. I haven't thought about it in a long time. Hmm.
I do not. I've seen the movie. I do not remember anything except for that jump. That's all I
I mean, that's all you need to know. For some reason, they made two or
I
three more of those
remember, was
movies.
it the second one where there's like an oil fire in the ocean? Is that two?
I think it's the second one, and like it turns out he has like a younger brother or some shit who's really annoying.
Is
Mm,
this
I remember
series
that
like
one.
Fast and the Furious or something?
Oh, there's three of
No,
these. Yeah,
It just
just
sounds
the
like well, it's
moist.
just like each one just keeps getting more and more ridiculous.
It's
the
like the
second one is
moist and the
actually called Free
prepubescent.
Willies. It's called Free Willies because there's more than one.
I thought it was just Free Willy too. Hmm.
Shut up, Brandon.
All right. What's next? I don't even remember. Secretly Michael Bay. I picked a weird one on this one, but the
I
secretly Michael Bay nominees. I haven't gotten to like dissect the fan vote because it was just uploaded like 2 minutes ago.
we can
So I
talk
don't
about
know
it.
what's coming.
Mhm.
The Fugitive, Tombstone, Demolition Man, Cliffhanger, and In the Line of Fire. Joe, have you seen any of these movies?
No.
Okay.
I
Well, that's
I
enough
will
actually.
say I selected Demolition Man
Yeah,
based on name alone.
Okay.
that's fair. Okay,
A lot of people pick
That's-
Demolition Man.
I've seen every single one of these movies. I'm going 9 times out of 10 with Cliffhanger. Sorry, because like Fugitive is fucking perfect. Tombstone is also amazing. So like he could have made those. Never gonna happen.
Mm-mm. I
Demolition
agree.
Man is absurd, but it's not. It's too absurd. It's
It's
like,
not
oh, you're the
grounded
best
enough.
pop
Yeah.
star. you're the best cop in our current day. We're gonna freeze you. We'll bring you back in the future and thaw you out to fight Wesley Snipes, who's a maniac, and apparently you were the only person who can capture him. In the Line of Fire,
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
way too emotional, way too much dialogue. Cliffhanger though. John Lithgow is a villain. Money gets lost on top of a mountain, and Sylvester Stallone is trying to like be the right man and climb the mountain and stop the heist, and it's just ridiculous. I love it.
Okay. Let's see this. Oh, I don't know the fan vote. What's
Oh
happened
no.
here? I can get the fan vote though. I personally kind of support In the Line of Fire is like perfect because it's like it touches all of the correct like patriotism notes that he tries to hit in some stuff. All right,
But it's too smart.
it's about a Secret Service agent who's like laying his life on the line to protect the president. And I there we are. I just got the fan vote, and I think that that's perfectly Michael Bay in a very much like his more recent turn of like not necessarily the fucking Transformers movies, but his more recent
Benghazi,
turn towards like
13 hours.
Amer right Benghazi, the 13 hours of it all. Yeah, for sure. That's why I mean that one.
I just think it's that's fair. I just think it's too smart of a script for him. That's my only like argument against it.
Now
Yeah,
the
Demolition
people
Man.
agreed
I had a
with
feeling.
Joe.
Yeah.
I think that there's a version of Michael Bay that could have done something like Demolition Man. I don't know. It's a little sci-fi-y, but if you look at like how the movie
It's
was,
it's the
yeah,
same
because if
people
you
who
think about like the script, could Michael Bay
Face Off.
direct that
It's like
script?
Face Off. It's the same kind of ridiculous, like
Yeah,
absurd thing, and like that's why he wouldn't have directed Face Off. It's too much for him. But like Cliffhanger. I
Mm.
mean,
Cliffhanger.
it's
I think it's In the Line of
yeah.
Fire. That's why In the Line of Fire won. John Malkovich trying to shoot the president with a plastic gun. Life imitates art because that's exactly what
Yeah,
fucking
right.
happened to that Japanese guy, Shinzo Abe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
The guy just assembled a plastic gun,
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
right?
What a way to go.
The exhaustingly perfect movie Dream Girl is the first time we've had this award. And I think that, listen, I'm not like I'm going to get like too liberal, I suppose, but like the roles for women in
What?
the early 90s were really rough. It's really easy to make fun of me for saying that, like, no, they were right to be mad about the roles they were given in the 90s because all of this, there's just, I haven't seen Indecent Proposal. I put it on there just because I didn't want to leave it out in case she was one. But she didn't strike me as like exhaustingly perfect because she's fucking Robert
No.
Redford for $1 million, as I understand it. But yeah, the girl in Carlito's way too perfect, way too understanding for what's going on in that movie. Also, sucks to be Al
Yeah.
Pacino and have Carlito's Way come out this year because it's a fucking good movie.
It's a good movie,
Uh,
but I mean, there's so many better movies. Like,
Tom Cruise's girlfriend slash wife in The Firm, way too perfect, no depth. I don't remember much of Wayne's World 2. Maid Marian, and I mean that's the joke of it in Robin Hood Men in
yeah.
Tights, but like, yeah, she's one of those. His fucking wife, Celia Ward in The Fugitive, way too perfect. I love you, baby.
Except when she's dying and she's like, he, he killed me? What? And then she just dies.
Yeah, just
It's
say
pretty
his
bad.
name. Laura Dern, yeah, she had depth. I just didn't want to leave her out.
Yeah.
Want to
She's
give her a
perfect, but
chance.
it's fine. Fine.
But really, the cream of the crop in
It's
this category, it's a two-horse race between Meg Ryan in Sleepless in Seattle and
no.
my winner. I am no suspense here. Andy McDowell is fucking intolerable in Groundhog's Day.
I feel the same way about Meg Ryan. Sleepless in Seattle.
I just haven't seen it in a really long time. I don't think
Look,
I've seen it more
okay.
than once.
The premise is literally Tom Hanks is a widower. His son decides to call into a fucking radio show and talk about how lonely his dad is ever since his mom died, blah, blah, blah. And Meg Ryan's like, oh, what's that on the radio? That sounds romantic. Blah, blah, blah. That's the fucking motivation for the entire movie. That's like, she's listening to him. He's sleepless in Seattle. Let me fly out here. Let me do. She's fucking like pathetic. It's horrible. Like, it's horrifying. At least
Wait,
Andy
she's
McDowell was
not
like, oh, it's
from
the same day. It's the
Seattle?
same day. It's the same day. Yeah.
She's not
No,
from
she's in New
Seattle,
York.
no.
Then she goes to Seattle, and then eventually they end up on the Empire State Building, whatever. But it's like pathetic. It's bad. It's bad.
I I thought for Andy McDowell that it was just like, all right, so he meets whatever. He has already an existing relationship with this woman that he works with, and he's a very inappropriate man. And
Mhm.
then the entire universe stops until Bill Murray can make himself worthy of this woman's love. And she likes every stereotypical thing. It's just like, I don't think that that's nice. Don't talk to me. Don't use that kind of language around me. That's not appropriate. That's not how a man behaves. I only like classical music. I could never date somebody who's not a classical musician. And it's just like she throws up all of these obstacles in front of, I mean, he's a dickhead,
Mhm.
so I don't really expect her to you know, but like the fact that they have a character in a movie and basically the entire premise of the movie is like get good enough
You're
that
not good
she
enough.
loves you because that's the entire meaning of the entire fucking universe.
That's
And
fair.
then you just like
Yeah.
watch her in that movie and just like she'll say something about her standards or what she expects of a man, and you just go like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, why do you deserve such perfection? Yeah,
I'm glad we
I
I
both
still
passed
think
just
it's
this
a
time.
good movie.
It's fair.
j-
It's fair.
it's
Oh,
not
it's
a
a great
bad
movie.
movie.
It's a great
I
movie.
think it's really funny. The movie's about Bill Murray, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that always sat with me. It's just like, why her? Why now? Why? It's just like you don't have to explain it. It's just a comedy. But like,
Yeah.
I didn't care for it. Yeah, and the winner was Andy McDowell, as I said. Joe, did you have a pick? Who did you vote for in that one? Did you see any of these?
Eddie McDowell.
Okay, yeah, I made my case better than
Yeah.
Z.
I mean, I
I
also
mean,
just
mine's
was
pretty
like,
straightforward.
I thought this was like a sarcastic, like, who is the best female lead? Like,
You vote however you want. I don't mind. This is the
I did not
Brendys. You just
interpret
get
this as
Brendy, yeah,
sarcastic
yeah,
as
you
you
got it
did.
first.
all right. The best sequel or threequel. Me and Z made this category, and then we
Yeah.
realized that wait, Army of Darkness is not this year; it's the year after. Oops. So it really like softened the category. Um, Children of the Corn, Sacrifice, Adam's Family Values, Best of the Best 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, When a Stranger Calls Back, Hot Shots Part 2, Sister Act 2, Beethoven 2, RoboCop 3, and Wayne's World 2. I have not seen
Man,
most of these. I have seen Adam's Family and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Hot Shots and Sister Act and Beethoven and Wayne's World, but I've missed most of these.
I've I've seen everything but When a Stranger Calls Back, which is really sad that I've seen Children of the Corn, The Final Sacrifice. That's one movie, by the way. Children of the Corn 2, The Final
Oh,
Sacrifice.
there was a comma or something in there,
Yeah.
an enter. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I've never heard
It's
of
a horrible
Sacrifice.
movie.
I made a few mistakes in this
It's
voting
okay.
thing.
It's all right.
The mistakes are pretty
That's why
funny
we're
though. They're
here.
always like, it's like that's the wrong year, that's the wrong movie, that's the wrong guy. It's always kind of funny to me. I'm just gonna
RoboCop
plow right through this
3.
one. RoboCop 3, did you
RoboCop
like it?
3 is one of the greatest lines of all time that Michael and I quote often. It's my friends call me Murphy. You call me RoboCop. That's it. That's the entire line. It's incredible.
Kick Puncher,
Big Puncher too.
Kick Puncher 2. All right, the fan vote says Adam's Family Values.
And honestly,
Sure.
that's the best movie out of all of them.
The
It's
best
aged
actual
really
film,
well.
yeah, for sure.
It's aged
Not
really
even
well.
close. But the
I
Brendy
mean,
goes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. What is there
the
not to
time
love?
traveling,
They're
they
going
time
back in
travel.
time. They're Ninja Turtles. They're samurai. The movie got a 4.8 on the IMDb score. Like, I love it. I haven't seen this movie
Meanwhile,
probably since 1999 or 1998.
it's just remember that and don't ever watch it. Remember how
Yeah,
you
it's just
felt then,
fond,
and just like that's it. That's fine.
just
But
fond
Adam's
memories.
Family Values is still a good movie.
Yeah, I
Unlike,
just haven't seen it since I was a kid. And when I was a kid, I wasn't very interested.
well, it has that scene that everybody now loves, of course, because people now care about. Well, some people care about Indigenous people, but the whole scene where they're
Hey,
doing
don't
the
go speaking
thing at
for
summer
me.
camp. Look, I said most people, all right, but
Brendan's
the
gonna
whole
get
scene
the
at summer
Brendies
camp.
canceled.
I was saying before that the best thing that could happen to Brendy's is a little political backlash from either side of the aisle.
Yeah, he did say that. But yeah, no, but there's literally that scene where they're supposed to be the Thanksgiving play or whatever, and they turn it against them, and they it's the natives, like, and they kill most of the
Ah,
settlers and tie them up and everything. I'm like, this is incredible. It's so good. It's still good. Like, who thought of
Doesn't that
this? And
happen
they
in
got
the
away with
Adams
it.
Family too?
Yeah, yeah, they got away
Okay.
with that shit. Like, holy, like that's
Nice.
incredible for that time, man.
right.
Oh
And one of
boy.
everybody's favorite categories, best villain. Loosen the definition of a villain to include capitalism because that's fine. Um, so we got capitalism in Jurassic Park. I should have put
But
Wayne
no
Knight.
Wayne Knight.
I should have put Wayne Knight, but he gets lumped into capitalism, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's
I should have put Wayne
he's
Knight.
got
He is
he's
the
Hey,
got style.
manifestation of capitalism.
Hey, look, it's Wayne Knight. Anyway,
hey, there he is.
yeah, he's
The
right there.
Raptors in Jurassic Park, Ben Affleck in Dazed and Confused, Ray Fiennes in Schindler's List, Oogie Boogie in the Nightmare Before Christmas, The Witches in Hocus Pocus, Sean Penn in Carlito's Way, Gene Hackman in The Firm. Gene Hackman just gets nominated for Best Villain every year.
If he's there,
Alan, I wrote this one I messed up, and everybody gave me
yeah,
shit for
you
this
did.
one.
You did. I was
I
gonna give you.
I confused Alan Rickman in Robin Hood Prince of Thieves with the guy doing an Alan Rickman impression in Robin Hood Men in
Impression.
Tights, and a good impression. Yeah, so that was
How
wrong.
dare you?
And Michael Ironside in Free Willy. Um, I'm just gonna go right
Because
to the
he's
fan
pretty
vote here.
evil.
Yeah.
The fan vote says capitalism.
Yeah. I mean, come on. It seems like the obvious answer, but it is the answer. Like that's the point of the whole fucking movie, and I don't know. Just saying, it's
Would
the right
Wayne Knight
answer.
have done better?
Potentially, just because it's more
Could
fun
you
the way
say
he goes.
like Wayne Knight's capitalistic greed?
You don't need to throw
Yeah,
in
I
greed
mean,
if you use the word capitalism.
if you're using capitalism, then literally everybody he
You
does
know,
anything wrong in this movie. So like him, obviously Richard Hammond, obviously like all these people are pretty bad. None
I
of them are
think
good.
capitalism was
The
also
lawyer,
I think capitalism was a slightly bigger villain in the second one as well, or the third, whichever one
it
they
was
took
way
the T
more
Rex
obvious.
to San Diego.
Second one, it was way more obvious in the second one, but it's done very well in the first one because you even have Gennaro, the lawyer, who's a blood sucking lawyer, or whatever he is. In the book, he's actually like a hero. Like the lawyer is actually like a jacked like attorney who's also very smart and does like the right thing. But in the movie, no, the capitalist douchebag. He dies.
Joe, anything to say about any of these villains?
Uh, I did not know Ben Affleck was in Dazed and Confused.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was the guy
dude.
paddling ass.
I've never made it that far into that movie.
I
Oh,
think you
okay,
should give it another.
10 minutes.
I fucking love Dazed and Confused. I
Yeah,
love
it's
that
great.
Well,
movie.
It's a very funny movie.
I I
It's
the
very
more
funny.
I see, the more I
You just
participate in the
don't like the
Brendys.
Matthew McConaughey line. It creeps you out because you're a teacher.
And
That
he's only in
and
it. He's in it for like a little. He's a small character, and
that and
it's fun.
I'm just behind on my movies. Like the more I'm participating in the Brendys, the more I realize I do not watch anything.
Well, that's why you're here, and it's important. We need you.
Thanks for joining us, Joe.
I'm
Thanks for joining
sorry.
us, Joe.
Wait,
I
what?
think what we
The
should do.
1997 one was so fucking funny. And you're like,
Wait,
wait,
where
you're on
did?
a podcast about 1997 Oscar movies and you haven't seen Titanic or Good Will Hunting.
No.
Thanks, buddy.
It's still incredible to
Listen,
me. It's incredible.
I think we should just do one where you should just put like the five best in, and then the like voting academy can decide which movie I'll watch from that year.
Well, I like that. I like that.
Every year we could leave with a movie for you to watch, one as homework.
Okay.
That's the fan vote. I went a slightly different route than everybody, and I
Wait,
don't know how it was only me. What?
where's Ray Fiennes on the list? Nobody voted for him?
Except me.
I didn't say. I was like, holy shit, he's definitely number
I'm the
two.
only
Like,
guy who voted for the fucking Nazi. What's guys? I
that's
understand it's 2024
America.
and that's not a turnoff anymore, but it
It's
is to me.
2025, baby.
It is. It's 2025. Listen, I don't owe you guys anything. I can mix up years if I want because I'm the only one who remembers the real enemy here.
Capitalism.
I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but this guy
Capital.
plays Voldemort too, so he's a pretty bad dude.
They did
So
great with that. No, no.
he played a Muggle and a wizard Nazi.
So you put it that way. He's also incredibly boring in The English Patient, but
Hmm.
Elaine Bennis's favorite movie.
Uh, oh, the English patient. All right, everybody's
Main actor
actual
in
favorite.
Schindler's List.
This is the
Sorry.
toughest, the biggest competition for best animal that we've ever had. The most nominees and the most heat. You got, I said Salem and Hocus Pocus. I don't think that drew any votes away from him. His name was Binks. Salem was from fucking Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Whatever. Willie and Free Willy, the animals of Homeward Bound, the two dogs and the cat, Michael J. Fox and Sally Field and whoever the old dog was.
Yeah, forget.
Beethoven in the second Beethoven movie, Puxatawny Phil in Groundhog's Day really wasn't in the movie that much.
He's only in that
No.
scene with the truck in the beginning.
Yeah, and the Saint Bernard in The Sandlot,
Mhm.
protecting the backyard of the guy stealing their baseballs. Not stealing, but we've all seen the film.
The
Um,
Beast, right? Is
why
that what it's
isn't it why isn't it Willie? Somebody tell me why it's not Willie.
called? Because that bitch could have made
Uh,
that jump.
Yeah,
because
unbelievable jump.
that was an action of an oppressed whale, and thus the movie's
Yeah.
tainted.
Okay, 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 okay.
Anybody in the position would do the same thing. Just saying.
Except they
Um,
wouldn't make that jump. Wouldn't even attempt it.
Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound. Those are three live animals. Yeah, anthropomorphized by legendary actors, but they still had to do all the animal things, and they're
The
just trying to
animals
get
were
home.
in the movie for sure.
They're all
And
up in the movie. Just want to
after
get
my
home.
failed experiment at playing Mrs. Doubtfire for the kids in the camp, the next movie I gave a shot at was Homeward Bound. Big hit, no cursing.
Big hit, and also just like they're cute animals. They're
Uh,
adorable.
did did they all survive filming of that movie?
I don't want to know.
I'm
I don't
just
want to know.
curious.
There's definitely like a few movies like that, and I don't want to know if Homer Bound is one of them. Also, having an
The
animal die on set is the worst thing in the world. I'm just gonna
Yeah, it
say.
sounds pretty
Anyway,
bad. See,
yeah,
that
been
doesn't
there,
sound like.
been there.
People
Here we
say
go.
it was Binks from Hocus Pocus. Sorry about the name, buddy.
It's okay.
The
Like
people say it's
nobody else
Binks.
questioned you. Nobody questioned you. They just voted.
I
Interesting.
also don't think that Chat GPT added these up correctly, but whatever. Yeah, I think that should be 20 plus 20 plus 12 plus 3, 6. Yeah, that should be like 32 points, not 25. So they're
Yeah,
bad
it's
at
not
math on
math.
ChatGPT.
It's not
We're
math
a
with
deep
GPT. It's
seek.
okay.
We're a deep seek here on this YouTube channel now. We're a deep seek family. Once the hype
Yeah.
goes down and the servers aren't so busy. Sorry, Nvidia. All right, let's take a look at the winner is Homeward Bound. I couldn't find a good centered picture that also included the cat. You get what you get. Yeah, just a classic kids movie. It was
Yeah.
my second choice for best kids movie, in front of all the actual well written stuff. But this one hits you here, you know. And you know what? Michael J. Fox could do no wrong for a few years there.
No. No. He still can't do any wrong. Just because he has Parkinson's, he still tried his best.
Mm.
He got a Presidential Medal of Freedom from Biden, like
It's
less than a
always
month ago.
funny when it's just like those presidential medal of freedoms now is just like who can I remember that nobody else is going to remember when I'm out of office? Like, I want to be the
Yeah.
guy who gave one to Michael J. Fox. I want to be the
Yeah,
guy,
right?
you
Like,
know? But just
yeah.
remembering that and like pardons, like pardoning the right guy that everybody goes like, yeah, right? That's cool.
I mean, he gave one to what's his name, which I thought was actually like really cool, which is funny that you're mentioning this. What was it Leonard Peltier or whatever?
Yeah, Peltier. Was he like one of the like he was one of the oppressed Native Americans that got like over
Yeah.
Yeah.
prosecuted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the Rage song? It's about him.
Yeah, yeah,
It'll
yeah.
come to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on. We're going to move
Okay.
on to
You do
the
that.
real categories now. Although, once again, second year in a row, I wasn't super happy with the Best Supporting Actress nominees. Really weak.
Yeah. Hmm.
I've never seen The Piano. Holly Hunter's good in The Firm. I didn't see Fearless, Rosie Perez. Sorry. I did not see The Age of
I've never seen it.
Innocence.
Seen
Uh,
it. She
in
should
the
not have
Name
been
of the
nominated.
Father. In the Name of the Father, I did not see. I nominated the teenage girl from Jurassic Park for the Brendy specifically, because this is the Jurassic Park kind of year. The love interest in Carlito's Way, Penelope Ann Miller, Sandra Bullock in Demolition Man, because that's just so fucking funny to me. Um, Andy McDowell in Groundhog's Day. Hey, listen, didn't ruin the movie, just not my cup of tea as a dating partner. And the mom from Free Willy by Jane Atkinson. Anybody feeling any sort of way about any of these? Which I'm not.
Um, I'm
Who
gonna go with
is
Emma Thompson in The Name of the Father. Like everybody
who
else is
is
like, eh. Mhm. Who's who?
sorry? Who is it? Ariana Richards in Jurassic Park?
I just said she's the
Lex,
teenage girl.
the girl. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that entire subplot.
Half the
It's,
movie, sixty
I
It's
percent of
been
the
don't.
on.
movie.
It's literally been on.
I, I'm watching on my phone.
Oh, okay,
It's
that's
hard
fair.
enough.
That's fair.
I just
Yeah.
wow. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fine. You disrespected Jurassic Park. Just don't ever do it again. Um, but no, Emma Thompson in The Name of the Father. It's one of the only ones I can like remember distinctly, and she was great. So, just saying.
The fan vote says Andy McDowell, but it's all pretty bunched up at the top. I thought I was an idiot for nominating the girl from Jurassic Park, but she got third because I don't think anybody saw any of these movies. When it was only like a couple
For
people
me,
who voted, Sandra Bullock was in like second place. And I was like, this can't stand. Can't have her getting second place for
she's,
Demolition Man. That scene
she's
where they
like, I'm having
pretend,
trouble with Wesley Snipes. Oh no.
that
My
scene where they
God.
pretend to have sex with each other, and he's like, wait, you don't have real sex?
Oh
And you're like, ew, and touch each other and get to see this?
no. Yeah, Joe, you got to watch this movie, man.
That might be your Demolition Man might be your homework. It's
Might be your
silly in a
homework.
Joe way. Yeah, I think you would like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Sly
Brendy,
Stallone. Snipes.
the Brendy for Best Supporting Actress should have gone to Holly Hunter in The
That's
Firm.
fair. That's fair.
Just Holly Hunter doing Holly Hunter. What are you gonna do? Just weak category. Anything could have beat her,
Yeah, it
but it
wasn't a
didn't.
strong year.
And I didn't see In the Name of the Father. Best
Good.
Supporting Actor. We got a really full list here, so I'm gonna shrink that a little bit. There we go. Um, I mean, they did a great job nominating Tommy Lee Jones because again, if they had the Oscars, if that movie came out in 2024, they would miss nominating Tommy Lee Jones. They would miss The Fugitive as Best Picture. Like they would miss it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, this is a fucking stacked category.
Yeah, I'm gonna read through them. Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive, Oscar and Brendy nominee, Leonardo DiCaprio and What's Eating Gilbert Grape, never saw it. Ralph Fiennes in Schindler's List, John Malkovich in The Line of Fire. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me, everyone. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
Uh, Pete Ostlethwaite, Ostlethwaite. I can't say In the Name of the Father. Then you get to the real stuff. Ben Kingsley in Schindler's List. How does he not get nominated? Joseph Mazzello, the little boy in Jurassic Park. Wayne Knight in Jurassic Park. Dennis Hopper in True Romance. Charles Dutton, the janitor in Rudy. Christopher Walken in True Romance, Denzel Washington in Philadelphia, Ned Beatty in Rudy, great in Rudy, Robert Redford in The Indecent Proposal, Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park, Harvey Firestein in Mrs. Doubtfire, and Richard Attenborough in Jurassic Park. The entire damn cast got nominated in Jurassic Park.
Harvey Firestein. This is really, really funny. That just registered. I was like, oh my God. Okay.
He was like one of
Wow.
the best executed parts of the movie, just doing his voice.
Doing his Harvey Firestein thing. Yeah, oh,
These
matchmaker,
thing,
matchmaker. Yeah, the whole
these
thing.
things
Yeah.
aren't cheap. You gotta hold on to them. He was also great in Independence Day.
Yeah, oh yeah. He dies in Independence Day, but
Let's see.
he's
Let's
actually
start.
passed on in real life too. Hmm.
I'm going to
Uh,
start throwing guys out. It's not Denzel. It's not Richard Attenborough. It's not Harvey
look,
Firestein. It's not
okay.
Jeff Goldblum. It's not Robert Redford. It's not Dennis Hopper, but that is a good scene. That's a hell
You
of a
remember my
scene.
controversial opinion from last episode, or two, whatever it was, about Denzel? How I don't really like
Oh
Denzel
yeah,
that
he's
much.
overrated. Sure.
This is one of
Charles
the few movies
Dutton.
where he's great. He's great in this movie.
Okay. Charles Dutton out. Uh, Ned Beatty in. Uh, Throw
That's
out In the
fair.
Name of the Father, throw out In the Line of Fire. It comes down to like Tommy Lee Jones, Tommy Lee Jones, Ralph Fiennes, Ben Kingsley, the kid from Jurassic Park,
Do you really think that kid
Ned
was
Beatty.
that good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? He was a little lame, but who cares?
I don't know. It's just feeling like you're like having this child compete against like actual like
He's
performance.
still
Actors.
performing. He was in the fucking Facebook
Yeah. What, the
movie
Pacific? Like
in the
10 years
Pacific, and
ago?
yeah, he was in
10 years
stuff. He's
ago?
been in stuff up to like this year.
No, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about like when he's a child. Like you're comparing like his acting when he's 10
Hey, there's
to
only
like
one
Ralph
guy in
Fiennes.
here pretending to fight dinosaurs at a theme park, and it ain't you.
He doesn't even pretend. He
Anyway,
gets shocked by a fence.
No, I was just including
look,
every piece of Jurassic Park.
look, you keep brushing over people. It's bothering me, Brendan. But
Go
I
ahead,
know you
Z.
haven't seen In the Name of the Father, but you would know Pete Postlethwaite if you saw him. He's also passed on. You see the town, the florist, the guy,
Yes,
like the
okay, I
main
know
bad guy.
exactly who that is. He's got a
Jurassic
great
Park
face.
2, Jurassic Park 2, he's the one who shoots the T-Rex.
No, I
That
remember
guy,
exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, no, I do know who
fucking
he is.
beast. He's really good in this movie. I think he's better than Ben Kingsley in Schindler's List.
Okay, man,
Not Ray
any more
Fiennes, but yeah.
joyless movie than Schindler's List? Like, I have no interest in seeing it ever again. Great movie.
You
I'll
know,
probably never see it again.
I mean, I got a Schindler's List tidbit here. Spielberg never graduated college because he obviously dropped out because he's Spielberg, and he's like, I don't need this shit.
He had
And
shit to
then
do.
in early 2000s, he went back to finish his degree at USC Film School, which is where the
And they
film school generation,
studied
including himself,
Schindler's
came
List in
from.
the class, didn't they?
No, this motherfucker submitted Schindler's List for his final thesis.
You piece of shit.
The audacity!
I
Like,
mean,
can you
fair
imagine?
enough. You did
I mean, it's
make
kind of
it,
awesome. He's like, fuck you, here you go, boom.
but
Damn.
also
I
just like, maybe just do something else.
I
No, he's like,
remember for a film class we had to watch one of his TV movies.
was it Duel?
No, it was there was like a train
Amblin?
involved.
Amblin.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's it.
I will.
I just
I gotta go to
I
the
think
bathroom. You guys keep talking. I'll be right back.
I just found like I don't know. I was just like I don't know what his deal was. And then everyone's just like Schindler's List is like his like good one. Because I don't know. I have not been hooked by a Spielberg movie, even
Oh my
including like
God.
the weird stuff.
Look, okay, my thing about Spielberg is he's part of the film school generation, like
Yeah.
him, Coppola, De Palma, Scorsese. But with him, Spielberg is a fucking crazy man. He knew
Mm,
he wanted to make movies when he was like a teenager. Sure.
mm,
He was visiting his fucking family in Florida, like his cousins. He went on the tour of like Universal Studios or wherever the hell he was.
yeah.
Hid in the fucking bathroom. Hid in the bathroom until the tour group left. Then left and
Okay.
started walking around the stages. And eventually somebody was like, "Hey, who the fuck are you?" And he's like, I just ditched my tour group and I hid in the bathroom and I'm nobody." And it was a
Yeah.
producer on some TV show. And he's like, "All right, kid, you got balls." So he like brought him on as a PA, whatever. So Spielberg started out in television, but he started out in television as like a fucking teenager, as like a 17-year-old or some shit,
Oh,
which is
okay.
wild. And so
Yeah.
in that time, he directed Amblin and Duel, which were both TV movies. So like that's why it wasn't really his movie. It was like kind of thrown at him, and he
I didn't
made it.
realize
He
he was
made
that young, like making that.
dude, because when he made his first big hit, which was Jaws, he was only fucking 25 years old. Yeah,
Okay, that's much more impressive. Because I was like, Jaws is
dude,
good, but like
Jaws is incredible.
because like
So
I think of Spielberg as like this like huge like entity in the film world. And then when I saw it, I was like, that's fine. But now I'm imagining if like a 25-year-old was able to successfully make that, that's kind of impressive.
it's insane. And
Hey,
like, oh, the
Yeah.
shark doesn't look good. Let's show less of it, whatever. But
yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of really, really good Spielberg movies, and there's a lot of bad ones. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of good ones. A lot.
Yeah.
Let's see the fan vote. The fan vote says Ralph Fiennes.
That's fair.
Uh, or 12, 16,
Love
21.
Tommy
Yeah,
Lee.
it's about right. And over Tommy Lee Jones. Sure.
I
Okay.
don't know.
I never saw What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I don't need to see some guy pretend he has Down syndrome, though, particularly. It's just not a brand of acting I'm particularly interested in.
He did it really well. He didn't go full retail. So
Listen, I'm not saying I don't want to see people with Down syndrome. I just like nominating somebody for pretending to be
No,
no, I
Brendan,
know.
it's
someone
fine.
with
You
Downs.
wanted
I
the
don't love.
fallout. You wanted to get canceled.
Yeah, it's true. Listen, I need a little
Yeah, yeah.
backlash. We need to stir the
You want
pot
the
a little bit.
controversy. Controversy. Come on.
Fuck,
Yeah.
just like fuck everybody with.
All right, I'm
No,
gonna assume you went with Tommy Lee Jones
I did go with Tommy Lee Jones. They got it
because he's so fucking good at this movie.
right. So good. Just not really taking any risks out there. Just it's him being him, and it's
Yeah,
watchable as hell.
I mean, like fucking Harrison Ford's like, I didn't kill my wife, and he's just like, I
Don't
don't
care.
care. That's all it took to get an Oscar. I don't care. What? Amazing,
Yeah, and his
incredible.
his fast talking stuff during all the like coming together, like putting together camp
Like,
and starting the
like
search.
Joe
And
Pantoliano and him back and forth. Come on, like it's great.
all right, best actress, slightly better than best supporting actress, but again, not a lot of heat. We had Holly Hunter in The Piano, didn't see it. Angela Bassett in What's Love Got to Do with It, didn't see it. Stockard Channing in 6 Degrees of Separation, didn't see it. Emma Thompson in The Remains of the Day, didn't see it. Deborah Winger in Shadowlands, didn't fucking see it. I didn't see a single one of these Oscar films for
I've
this.
seen two.
Joe, you see any of those movies? I know you did.
No,
Okay, I had to ask. You're on
I've
the
only seen
show. I
two out of
did.
five.
I know,
I've
I
only
know.
seen two out of five.
It's we collectively know that I've only seen Adam's Family Values and Jurassic Park.
Listen, you're on the show. I'm not going to ignore you. Then we get to Laura Dern, nominated for the Brendys. Should have been nominated in real life. Come on now. Rosanna Arquette in Romance. They missed that one. Good enough to get an Oscar nom, at least. Demi Moore in Indecent Proposal. Sally Field in Mrs. Doubtfire. Meg Ryan in Sleepless in Seattle. Angelica Huston in Adam's Family Values. Julia Roberts in The Pelican Brief. Whoopi Goldberg, Sister Act 2. Anything to say about anybody have anything to say about True Romance, a movie I have not seen in easily 10 years?
Mm. True Romance is one of those movies that you go back and you watch it now, and you're like, this is definitely a younger Tarantino. Like, it makes
Yeah.
sense. And you're like, a lot of this hasn't aged all that well. Things that we thought were funny weren't funny, and it's the only time I've actually ever cringed watching Gary Oldman.
Okay.
Just
That's got to
saying, him
count for
being a
something.
Rasta, dude, he's a Rasta with fucking dreads. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, no, 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 no.
Oh God.
Yeah, yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Uh,
But it was directed by Tony Scott, R.I.P.
yeah. Apparently Tarantino wasn't happy that like he feels he should
No,
have directed True Romance. He wasn't happy that he gave it up and he sold it. But I think he just needed money or something.
he did. Yeah, yeah. So it is what it
Yeah,
is.
I don't think it would have been significantly better if Tarantino directed it. It still would have just been fine.
No, I feel like he did the same thing in
Anything
Colors. He
anything
was like,
about
you
any
can take that.
I'm sorry, I
Uh,
interrupted you pretty good there.
it's fine. It's fine. Emma Thompson. I'm always with Emma Thompson here. And Remains of the Day is a really good book and a good movie.
Sounds like the name of like a 2000s metal song. Or like maybe like an early 2000s metal band. Like As I Lay
The Remains of
Dying, the remains
Hey
of the
man,
day.
listen up. Remains of the Day. Oh, we're Headbangers
Is
Ball.
this your salvation? Is this all you can give? Laura Dern wins the fan vote. And frankly, Laura
Nice.
Dern wins the Brendy. Just get right down to it. Laura Dern was robbed.
The hottest botanist. That's fun to say.
She's a hot botanist. Followed by Holly Hunter, which a movie I was not aware that many people saw at the piano. Yeah,
I bet
it's
you
just
they
not a lot
didn't.
of
I
heat
bet you they
because
just.
Julia Roberts wasn't that good in the Pelican Brief, and she made top five.
I bet you people just voted for Holly Hunter because she won.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's what I did last week with one of those where I was just like, I didn't know, so I just gave it back to this person. We're moving to Best
Oh boy.
Actor, another really, really loaded category. This is
Yeah.
like one of the best categories we've ever had on the Reddies here. This is top to bottom.
Wow.
Um, we've got the Oscar winner Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. I did see it. Excuse me. Man, I have to eat real fast before I do these shows after work, and I get like heartburn and I get like little indigestion. It's like a little bit of time to digest my food
Most
without,
old man thing you've ever said. You're getting old.
it's just I
It's
gotta
okay.
it's just the steak's gotta sit down for a minute. It's got to develop in there. All right. The Oscar winner was Tom Hanks in Philadelphia, also nominated for the Brendy. Daniel Day-Lewis in The Name of the Father. I'd probably love it. Never saw it. Lawrence Fishburne, What's Love Got to Do It? I didn't see it. Anthony Hopkins, The Remains of the Day. That's a metal band. Liam Neeson, Schindler's List. Thought good, deserved. Sam Neill, Jurassic Park, nominated for the Brendy, robbed of his Oscar nominee. This was my favorite one, and he got a lot of votes. John Candy in Cool Runnings made the movie. It's a good
God,
movie too.
why was that up there for best kids movie? I feel like that's a kids movie. Like it's
Yeah, I
inspirational and all.
listen. It's hard to include everything. It's hard to just look at a bunch of movie titles and posters and go like,
Yeah,
"Oh, that should go right here."
I guess. I guess. And not everybody feels the rhythm. Feels the rhyme. It's
I
fine.
would have put it in there though. I also feel like it's a little more explicitly adult. Like they're not talking about what was the kids movie that was quite. Oh, he was Mrs. Doubtfire. I mean, he's like hanging out with his kids and like trying to appease a bunch of kids. This is a little different than that. They're smoking weed with
But
in Jamaicans and trying to make an adult sport.
I guess. I don't know.
It was silly enough
Which
to
one?
be a
Which
kids
one do you
movie.
show kids now? I wouldn't show kids Mrs. Doubtfire now, but I would probably
Probably
show kids
not.
Cool Runnings. I don't know.
I'm not against it. Sean Astin and Rudy. Everybody's like, you're just such a fucking whiny bitch. Just go to college and shut the fuck up. Bill Murray in
He's so good
Groundhog's
at it.
Day. Harrison Ford in The Fugitive. Tom Hanks in Sleepless in Seattle. Al Pacino in Carlito's Way. He was robbed a little bit. He's good in that movie. That movie's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's better than a lot. Woody Harrelson in Indecent Proposal and Christian Slater in True Romance. I just put Christian Slater in there. I thought he was kind of bad in True Romance, a little stiff.
Yeah, but I just love Christian Slater. Like, why not?
I do like Christian Slater a
Uh,
lot.
Harrison
Tom
Ford got
Hanks,
robbed.
he got robbed. Tom Hanks was really good in Philadelphia. He's not going to win the Brendy, but he deserved the Oscar. I have no problem with him
Yeah, I mean,
winning.
it's
It
really to
seems
me.
like
It's just
Sleepless in, oh, sorry.
go ahead, go Joe.
I don't know. It feels like kind of strange that like you see these like actors on these lists that have multiple movies a year when I feel like it's now become like a one a year type deal. But also like just Sleepless in Seattle and Philadelphia coming out in the same year. Like there could not be two more opposite movies to act in.
Different
A
coasts too, you
lawyer
know.
with
I mean, like,
AIDS.
I see what you're saying, Joe, but my argument is from this year, and it's Nicholas Hoult. I think I've seen him in like five
Yeah.
movies that came out this year, something like that. It's insane.
Has
Like
he
he's
really
in
been in that many?
not just it, him, Timothy Chalamet, but yeah, no, I saw like what was he in? Nosferatu, saw The
Yeah.
Order, I
Nosferatu got
saw
robbed, as we all knew they would, because
oh
it's a horror
dude,
movie. Nosferatu
so
got robbed.
robbed.
Like
So
Robert
robbed.
Eggers got robbed. That guy should have like five Oscar nominees by now, and he's
It
got what?
just
None. He's got one for
he
Midsummer, I
doesn't
think.
he doesn't care. He's just
I
like
was looking
I don't
at
care.
2019 because that's what we're doing is what should be the Oscars this year. It should be the 2019. It should have been 2020, but I looked at the 2020 movies and I was like, well, this fucking sucks. These are bad. So we're doing
Yeah.
2019 instead. He didn't even get nominated for like The Lighthouse. Like, how does that not get nominated for Best Directing? Like, that's insane.
Yeah. But you know what I love about him? He's just like, I only like period movies. I'm like, yeah, he said that he's only done period movies, but his next movie is a werewolf movie. Then it takes place in the 13th century or the 12th century or some shit.
Yeah.
And he said the last thing he would ever want to do is to have to like film a car or a cell phone. And he's like, you'll never see me doing anything modern ever. And I'm like,
I think I saw that
this
same
guy's fucking
interview.
great.
Yeah, he said
This guy's
filming,
fucking
putting
great.
a cell phone or like a text message conversation on screen. He said would be death to
Like,
me.
yeah, death to me. That's what I, yeah. I'm like, this is great. I love this.
Also,
He knows what he
I
does. And
I
that's
love
it.
his spot is now Christmas. Like
Yeah.
his I
Yeah.
love that.
And he apparently is going to pump out this werewolf movie by next year. That's the plan. And I don't know how that's going to happen, but he's going to pump that up by next Christmas. And then after that, he's redoing Labyrinth. Like, what?
Oh, is
That's
he?
why.
I think he's just adding a movie to the set. I don't think he's remake.
I thought he
I
was
think he's just
redoing.
doing. I'm not really super
Yeah.
sure. I don't think he's super sure yet either.
Okay.
He probably is. I don't know.
It's
It
going to
could
be
be either
good.
way.
Anyway.
We haven't really talked about Schindler's List. I think they picked the wrong Spielberg movie to nominate for Best Picture, but there's nothing wrong with Schindler's List. It is definitely like a
And they
career
both,
maker. Definitely a
yeah,
career
but they both should
maker.
have.
It's just yeah, just do both. It's just it gets a little punished by me in these Brendy Awards because it's like it's so fucking long and like there's a bunch
It's
of
the obvious choice of
quicker
everything, and yeah,
and it's just like I think that maybe yeah, I just like explicitly Oscar bait movies. Like he wrote and directed that movie with the intention of winning an Oscar for it, which is like fine. You don't play a game of baseball without trying to go to the World Series at the end. That's why they all sign up there too. But like the explicitly Oscar bait stuff kind of loses its appeal to me. It's way more fun when they kind of like find their form, and their form is just like exceptional in a very kind of like Goodwill
yeah,
Hunting way. He's like, we didn't know it
yeah.
was this good. And yeah, it was. The fan vote for Best Actor is Tom Hanks by a pretty decent margin, followed by Bill Murray and then
Here
John
we got
Candy.
John Candy.
I thought I was silly putting him in there, but man, yeah, he had a good showing. Sam Neill, Liam Neeson, Harrison Ford. Yeah. Anybody got anything to say before we give it out? All right, I'm gonna give it
No,
out
Uh,
to
no.
Joe, who do you think I voted for?
Who do I think you voted for? Uh, Not Liam Neeson. I'm gonna say Tom
There you go.
Hanks. I'm gonna say Tom
Okay.
Hanks.
Z, you got a guess?
I'm gonna say Liam Neeson or Harrison Ford. Those are the two I'm thinking.
Harrison Ford. The Brendy goes to Harrison Ford for The
Nice.
Fugitive. Just really good stuff, man. Just yeah.
Yeah.
You are so devil in the letter.
I
Yeah.
made you a professor.
I don't remember how long ago we started this, so I feel like I should keep moving because I don't want to have another 100-minute episode. We're
All
into
right.
the final two categories,
All right. We've got two left. All right.
two left. This is best directing. The actual winner of the Oscar was Steven Spielberg for Schindler's List. And Jurassic Park did not get nominated because I guess you can only do one at a time. Oh no, it got nominated for both.
Not anymore.
Okay,
Hmm.
it got nominated for both, so they didn't miss that.
Yeah, but I
Robert
was gonna
Altman
say.
and I don't know how I missed
All
that.
right.
But they did. Robert Altman and Shortcuts didn't see it. Jurassic Park, Steven Spielberg did see it. Very good. I don't know. It's pretty good. You guys want to talk about that again?
Yeah.
Jane
For good things.
Jane Campion, the piano, didn't see it. James Ivory, The Remains of the Day, didn't see it. Jim Sheridan, In the Name of the Father, didn't see it. That's their fault, not mine. I watch a lot of movies. Fuck you. I should have seen probably In the Name of the Father by now. I'm aware
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that's a movie I should have seen. Richard Linklater for Dazed and Confused, just kind of a movie that was way better than it had any right to be,
Any
based
right to
on
be.
Brian De Palma for Carlito's Way, True Romance, Tony Scott, Andrew Davis for The Fugitive, Nora Ephron for Sleepless in Seattle, Henry Selick for The Nightmare Before Christmas. Just something so weird and silly at the time. It was so different. Why
Yeah.
not? And Robert
No,
De
and everybody
Niro
thought it
for
was fucking.
Bronx Tale, which I didn't know he directed The Bronx Tale. So I put this list together. I also don't love The Bronx Tale that much, but and
Me either.
listen, if I put a guy in a list, a person in a list, and they get no votes, then fine, I fucked up. But if they get any piece of the fan vote, let's see. Yeah, see, I fucked up. Damn. The people say that Steven Spielberg should have won, and Steven Spielberg should
People
have
have
gotten second
spoken,
place. Eight first
and
place votes. 80% of the first place votes, because we don't have that many people voting. It's so hard to get the votes out to you people, especially because I don't want to use social media at all.
yeah.
Yeah. So it
No,
said,
the people were right. The people were right.
yeah, Spielberg,
Trust me.
Spielberg, and then a
Yeah.
huge gap before anything else, which was the piano and Dazed and Confused. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows a vote for Jurassic Park. Let's just get to it. Jurassic Park, best directing, Steven Spielberg. I don't know how many Brendys he's going to win because he's got a lot of contested years. Like, I really like Catch Me If You Can, but I think that came out the same year as one of the Lord of the Rings movies. So, like, fuck.
Pretty sure it did. Also,
I think it
another
was
story that
Return of the
was
King.
not true at all, apparently. So seems to be a theme. Rudy.
What? Oh,
Oh, the whole his whole story is like not true. He lied about like at all. So
funny thing about Steven Spielberg, I actually didn't like the Fablemans movie. It was
I
okay,
hated
but
that movie.
I didn't
I
really like
hated
it.
that movie.
It was like kind of watchable, but
The
I
name alone made me want to gag.
yeah, and
The
the fact that he wrote a movie
Fablemans,
about
because it's
himself, I
about my
didn't love.
family. And I'm a storyteller, like really, bro? Fablemans. That's
A
that's what you
lot of
came
it
up
was,
with.
but the scene, I'm terrible at photography. I don't have the patience for it.
There's one
Uh,
good scene in it.
and I'm not like I just if I have to take a picture, like it usually just I don't mean for it to come out of but I just don't have a photographer's eye. But then I saw that fucking Fablemans movie, and David Lynch is shouting at
David
young
Lynch,
Steven Spielberg, and he's
Oh,
going,
it's
"Hey,
so
best
look at
good.
that!
scene. It's
Look at
the
that
only
fucking
scene that
picture!
matters.
Look at that
It's
picture!
the only thing.
Where's the skyline? Why is it there? Why is it interesting? Where's the horizon?" And he just does that like twice.
When
I
it's up
ever
there,
since
it's
then.
it's interesting. When it's down here, it's interesting. In the middle, it's boring. Like that's it. That's like what the fuck, man? Like
Ever
great.
since then, whenever I take a picture of something, I'll take a few photos, as everyone does, but a few of them are with the horizon at the top, and a few of them are with the horizon at the bottom. And then I look through them, and then I'll take some with it in the middle, and then I'll be like, all right, which is my favorite? And he's right. Invariably, it's one with the horizon at the top or the bottom. It's never in the middle. He was right.
Never in the middle. He was right.
Changed my changed my photography mind. I'm still not
Best
good at it,
best part
but
of the
at
whole
least
movie by far.
by a large margin. That guy fucked his mom. His mom cheated on his dad. His dad didn't care. All right,
Wait,
best.
was it Seth Rogen, right?
I think it
What?
was Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen fucked my mom.
Like who are you gonna cast to be the guy who fucks your mom? Seth Rogen. Like what?
He's a stud,
Okay.
right? People are attracted to him, right? All right, best
God.
picture. Finally, best picture. Oh, that was what it was. He got directed for best director in both, but he did not get
Yeah.
two best picture. Now, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't incredibly wrong. Schindler's List, The Fugitive, then the three movies I haven't seen that are all over these awards: In the Name of the Father, The Piano, and The Remains of the Day. Those are all the Oscar nominees. Then you get to Jurassic Park, Rudy, Carlito's Way, A Bronx Tale, Groundhog's Day, True Romance, The Sandlot, Nightmare Before Christmas, Philadelphia, Sleepless in Seattle, Dazed and Confused, The Firm, and Robin Hood Men in Tights. I make these lists long because I just take a screenshot of the fan vote, and I don't want to leave anything out that somebody might like tangentially like in a weird way, you know? Like I don't think anybody voted for Robin Hood Men in Tights as their best picture, but who knows?
Um, I think it's crazy that Philadelphia was nominated for Best Picture.
Oh shit, it
That's
wasn't,
wild.
was it? That's wild, yeah. Did I?
Holy
Yeah, I
shit.
nominated. How do you? Yeah, that's so weird.
Whoa. Hmm.
I also
But
kind of
we,
don't know how you leave Jurassic Park out. Obviously, like
yeah,
I would
because
rather watch Carlito's Way again than any of those movies. You know,
I mean, we're all just gonna say Jurassic Park here, right?
it's Jurassic Park, yeah, for
100%.
sure.
Yeah.
Let's see
Jurassic
the
Park.
fan
Okay,
vote. I
great.
mean, the fan vote says Jurassic Park and then Schindler's List second, and then third was Groundhog's Day. Hell yeah. Then The
Because nobody else
Fugitive,
has seen
and then really just a huge teardrop between after that for everything else.
Robin and Men
But
in Tights.
yeah, the Brendy goes to
Oh,
Jurassic Park. Just one of the best movies ever made. Like that's it. Just so digestible, so easy to watch,
So good.
scary, timeless. I've seen it 100 times.
ignore the guitar. It's happening. The Velociraptors figure out the doors. See, it's
Oh,
so
the
perfect. Like,
door!
I
They got
mean,
the door.
Oh,
God.
Yeah, we've talked about Jurassic Park ad nauseum, so we can just move on to the next episode, which is going to be 2019. Is the next episode we're filming and voting on, but it's probably not going to be the next episode to come out because this is the Oscars. This is the movies that should have been nominated for the
Yeah.
Oscars this year on the 5 year lag theory.
I've
And
actually
I
seen a
mean,
large number of
I've
these.
seen
this is a
I
wild
think I've
year.
seen every single one of these. I had to watch Midsummer, which somehow I missed, but I watched it last week, so I think I've seen all of
It's
these now.
long. It's very, very long. It's not, quick
Yeah, it was
watch.
just
Like,
weird that I hadn't seen it yet. I don't know. The Best Picture nominees for the actual Oscars. This is when one of the years they actually expanded it out to 10. So I think they did a good job on the proper
yeah,
nominees
they did
list
a good
too.
job that year. They
It was
definitely did.
Parasite, which was great. Ford versus Ferrari, which like I didn't think I'd like as much as I do, but I really like it. I've seen it two or three times. Like somehow it's like
Yeah.
it's really good.
It's really
And
watchable.
uh
Yeah.
and then you look at it and it's like another fucking James Mangold movie. Like I like James Mangold way more than I realized I like James Mangold because like I just don't
Yeah.
really always put a name on every movie I watch.
I know how much you love Girl Interrupted, so
Is that him too?
yeah.
I don't think I've seen that. The Irishman, I think that was very overrated. It was the one movie I would take off this
Agree.
list. But I do
Agreed.
still say, because they don't say it is what it is. In that movie, they say it's what it is. And I say that it's what it is. Not it is what it is. It's what it is. Jojo Rabbit, a little overrated. Joker, bleh. Little Women. I actually did not see Little Women. Marriage
Well,
Story, very well
Why do you
acted.
just hate women, Brendan?
Just Little Women. I love Big Women.
that's the right answer to that question, but okay.
Marriage Story, very well acted. Laura Dern
Hard
won an
watch.
Oscar
Hard
for
watch.
that. Laura Dern won an
Yeah.
Oscar for that, and I remember being like, "Well, that's annoying. Why did she win that?" And she was in the movie for like 8 minutes, and you watch it, you're like, well, "Never mind."
Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah. No, she's great.
1917. 1917, I liked a lot more than Z liked 1917, but I really
Oh,
liked
I just saw
1917
it
until Z
recently.
was
I
just
really
like,
liked
"No,
it.
there's a lot of cuts in that. It's not a one shot. Like, shut the fuck up, Brendan. There's a lot of cuts. You just don't notice."
I mean, I enjoyed the movie. It's just obviously there's no way it's one take. That's not impossible with a movie like that. But it's just I don't know. I mean, All Quiet on the Western Front came out last year, and I'm like, it's better. It's a better World War One movie than 1917.
Yeah, but it's from the bad guy's side.
The British?
It's still so
No, isn't All Quiet on the Western Front from the German side?
Oh, I'm sorry.
the
I thought you were still
Germans.
talking about
Yeah.
1917. I didn't hear him say.
No, no.
The final Oscar nominee was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be tough to beat that in my eyes, even though there's a lot of really close ones. I really like that movie. The ones the Oscars missed, Knives Out. Knives Out was good.
Knives Out
That
was
sounds
Uh,
very
great.
good.
Midsummer was pretty good. I would put Midsummer on that list over The Irishman or over uh I don't know. I didn't see Little Women, so I'm not willing to
Jojo Rabbit.
exclude it. Jojo Rabbit, thank you. And Joker.
Yeah.
Like fuck that. Like you can have your Joaquin Phoenix, but like nothing else about that movie I liked. The
Speaking of
Lighthouse
robberies,
is fucking exceptional. I don't understand. It's
yeah,
so funny. I'm gonna have to
it's
when
just
we do this one.
funny.
I'm gonna have to have the Ian, my younger brother. He's got a very famous clip of him doing the Hark Triton bit, and I'm definitely gonna have that in the next episode for sure. He's just like he has an
Oh,
ability that I don't have to like really commit to a bit. So when he's reading, he's doing the monologue from the lighthouse, he doesn't like get 3 seconds into it like I would do and then laugh and give up. He does he laughs for like 2 minutes and he does the whole thing. I'm very
It's
impressed.
professional. It's
He
professional.
yeah. And Uncut Gems, which was good, not great, but it was good, and
I
Adam Sandler
I
got
could
robbed.
not finish. I could not finish Uncut Gems because of how anxious it made me.
yeah, a lot
Ah,
of people felt that way.
Yeah.
It's
didn't
not my
bother me at
favorite
all.
movie. Yeah, I think my quick top five would be Once Upon a Time, Ford Ferrari, The Lighthouse, Uncut Gems, and then I don't know something else in there, probably 1917, or yeah, it's right around that area. We don't have to figure it out for a while.
Parasite though.
This 2019 episode is going to come out the night of the Oscars. I'll have it on some release schedule, so there will be another episode probably next week that won't be 2019. Just I don't know. I have to beg anybody to vote anyway, which is fine. So we get a little more popular, a little more following. But
Let's do
these are fun to do.
1999. Who said
We
that?
can do 1999. I
All
think
right.
Great. It's
the
one of the
one
best
I
years.
had teed up next was 20, 2008 or something. I don't know. We can do 1999 if
Can
you
we
want.
get like a
2008 is the other one. Yeah.
1922, like a
2022.
1938?
Yeah, I don't know
We can
how
do
far
38.
back to go. Like if I went to the 70s, I haven't seen a lot of movies in the 70s. I think I gotta cap it at like 19, or maybe just only do the ones in my lifetime.
I guess that's fair.
Mm.
But yeah,
It's
I mean
just I don't
2008.
have
2008 is a good year because you have There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men. Like what do you do with that? And
let me
then
see. What do I have?
and 99 has everything. I mean 99 is one of the best fucking years
All right.
of
I'm
all time.
uh I'm I'm gonna tap out, but I will be watching
But yeah.
Demolition Man before the next one.
Okay. 2010 I started building up and
All
I
right.
just didn't like anything in 2010. Yeah,
Check out
I'm gonna
2008 or 1990. Do one of
All right.
those. There.
I
Oh,
will
definitely.
okay.
I will report
I should
back
probably
with
also.
Demolition Man.
All right, I'm gonna end
Yes.
everything. So Bye,
Well,
I
everyone.
gotta
Thanks
go
for
do some.
joining us. See
goodbye,
you later.
everyone.
Oh, wait.
See ya.
Where's the record? There it is.